Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Geyer. I'm an integrative physician here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I'm making this video for patients and non-patients. So obviously if you're my patient, you already know who I am. But for the people that don't know me, I wanted to introduce myself. So this particular video, we're going to cover continuous glucose monitors. I love them. They're fantastic. And I talk about why I use them and how I use them, and how I use them to hack a lot of things for people, including their blood sugar, but other medical conditions in another video. So check that one out. Today, we're only going to cover how to apply the continuous glucose monitor. The one that I'm using today is a Libra 14 days, so it's Freestyle Libra. Abbott makes them. I have no conflict of interest. I just like them because they're super easy, and I like things that are easy because life is complicated and hard. So as much as we can find that's easy is fantastic. So here it is. The back of the box, you'll tear it open. I've already done that. You're going to see two parts inside of the box. Now, some of these come, it depends on how your physician wrote it. Some of them will come with a little glucometer. Some of them will not. These are refills, so they're only coming with the refill itself. And this is what they look like. And then some of them will just be the sensors themselves, which is two parts. So this is the two parts of the sensor. I often describe them to patients as a stamp because that's what it reminds me of. So the first part over here, what you're going to do is you're actually going to, this is the sensor applicator, you're going to just spin it so that it comes off. And that is what it will look like inside. This part is the actual sensor itself. I don't know how well you can see that, but again, this is the freestyle, so they're all going to be a little bit different. You're going to open this up. I opened it up ahead of time so you didn't have to watch me struggle and look silly. Then you're going to take those two pieces apart and you're actually going to stamp them together. Now they come with these fun, really long directions that I don't think are super fantastic, so that's why I wanted to create this video. Now you can see the two parts are going to come together. Super easy, and they're going to line up, and you want to make sure that you do them correctly, which I don't always do. And the other piece is that they give you a line up here. So I wanted to make sure I covered this. There's a line here and there's a line here, and that should show you where to put the lines together and where you should stamp down. So you're going to stamp, and that's it. It is ready to go. It's actually got a tiny little needle in there, which you can see. And I'm going to put this aside for now. The next piece is that they come with alcohol swabs. You want to make sure that you swab the area. The only place that these are FDA approved for, so that you know, is the back of the arm. You're going to see videos where you can apply them to the front. Some people will do it to their chest. Some people will do it to their abdomens. Some people will do it to their thighs. Pieces about that is sometimes they read well, sometimes they don't. They're only FDA approved for one specific area, the back of the arm, which means that if something happens to it and it falls off, the company itself will actually replace it for free. So you can actually get a hold of whatever company, this would be Abbott, and get a free replacement if it was in the right place. If it was not, then it's considered it wasn't used correctly. So keep that in mind. You're going to open the alcohol swabs, make sure that it's cleaned completely in that area. Super easy, right? I actually don't really like the ones that they send because they're tiny, so I'm going to use my own, which is much larger, that I use in my medical center because I don't really want an infection. So that's it. Do that piece. I'm going to wait for it to dry here for just a second. You won't even feel it. Really, truly, you won't. I promise. A lot of people are afraid. And then you're going to stamp it in. And that's it. That's it. That's all there was. Stamp. Didn't even feel it. Done. It's on the back of my arm. I can move it around. Another thing I wanted to touch on today is that they make covers for these. So you can get them online. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them on Etsy and spend a ton of money. Sometimes people want to do that if it's holidays because you can get them in fun little, like, you know, Halloween styles and you know, winter holiday styles and Valentine's, whatever you want. They make them. They make them in different materials. They make them in different colors. They do all this stuff now. It's kind of fun. The piece about this is that you may not be able to see this super well, but there's a little bit of tape here. And that is actually supposed to keep it in place for 14 days. I can tell you that the second time I wore one of these while I was experimenting, because I tend to experiment on myself before I experiment on patients, or so that I know what to do with patients. The second time I knocked it off while we were doing some off-roading. So they knock off a little too easily, and I'm also kind of clumsy and I run around corners pretty quickly, so I tend to knock it off too, which is why some people put them in different places. But these covers can really help with that. So this is the cover that I did. I got these off Amazon, super easy. And again, I don't have any conflict of interest in any of these. I just love continuous glucose monitors and I want people to be able to use them. So all you would do is apply it around and it will help keep it in place. It's an extra piece of tape. The other thing is don't spend a ton of money on these. Like they make them for $25 and $50 and like, you know what this is? Like, I don't know how well you can see it. It doesn't look like this on the picture on Amazon. It looks fantastic. This is a piece of KT tape. Go buy some KT tape if you want to, and you know, cut it out if you want to, because that's what it really looks like on here. Is that somebody stamped it out or cut it, and it's already fraying. So don't spend a lot of money on these. They're really just there to keep it in place, unless you want one of the really cute ones that has designs. So that is how you apply a continuous glucose monitor. Now you know where it's approved for, and that you can order a replacement if it falls off, and then always use a cover and don't let it make you nervous at all. You saw how tiny that needle is. You couldn't even see it probably. So itty bitty bitty bitty. A lot of people think that they can feel it. They can't. You could shower with it. And there are tons of videos out there for the continuous glucose monitors, lots of information about it. And I hope this was helpful. Have a beautiful day.